Ever feel like your mind is running on preset software? You know, the kind that dictates what you see, what you value, and even what you believe is real? We all have it. The visionary thinker Terence McKenna put it brilliantly. Culture is your operating system. It's not something you're born with. No, this program is installed, bit by bit, from the moment you arrive. It's downloaded into your mind by your surroundings, your parents, your schooling, the media you consume, television, social networks, all of it. Constantly writing lines of code, shaping your entire view of life. So, how does this cultural OS work? Think of it as the collection of unspoken rules, common beliefs, accepted fears, and shared illusions you live by. It's the filter between you and reality. For example, our dominant modern operating system, let's call it Consumer Growth 10.0, might run apps that tell you happiness comes from buying more things, that constant busyness is a virtue, and that nature is just a pile of resources waiting to be used. Its goal? Endless expansion. But another culture, another operating system, say Ancient Wisdom 1.0, used by many indigenous communities, might run entirely different programs. Its apps could prioritize deep connection with nature, community well-being over individual gain, and the value of dreams and spiritual experience. Its goal? Balance and harmony. Now, this cultural software we're running often feels permanent, like it's the only way to be. But McKenna's crucial point was this: it's not fixed. Unlike your biology, your cultural OS can be examined, questioned, and even changed. We don't have to be passive victims of our programming. So how do you start to change an operating system that's so deeply woven into your mind? McKenna talked about needing to clear space on your mental hard drive first. He pointed to certain powerful, direct experiences as potential disk erasers, capable of wiping the slate clean and allowing for a fundamental reboot of perception. Interestingly, many of these potent catalysts for shifting perception, which can be found in nature and traditionally understood and prepared by shamans and wisdom keepers for millennia, are ironically forbidden, dismissed, or heavily controlled by our current dominant operating system. It's as if the OS actively tries to prevent you from accessing tools that could rewrite its own code. But the drive can also be cleaned by expanding awareness through other dedicated paths: the quiet stillness of deep meditation, the focused power of critical thinking and self-reflection, and consciously choosing a healthier, more mindful way of living and eating. And what happens when your mental disk starts getting cleaner, when those old programs begin to lose their grip? Your perspective naturally shifts. You might find yourself looking at the world with new eyes, feeling a deeper concern for its well-being and less tolerant of the bugs and self-destructive loops in the collective system. You begin to see your own long-held beliefs with astonishing clarity, realizing that many of them weren't fundamental truths at all, but simply programs installed by your particular cultural upbringing, your media, and your societal OS. Who understands these different ways of seeing? McKenna often pointed to shamans, the traditional technicians of consciousness. He saw them as individuals who might be running a different, perhaps older or more holistic, software, one that allows them to perceive dimensions of reality that our standard OS filters out. They can offer insights, perspectives, and perhaps even upgrades for those looking beyond the default settings. McKenna was fiercely critical of our current dominant OS, often calling it outdated, inefficient, incredibly wasteful, and full of dangerous bugs. These system errors, he warned, are directly leading to the self-destructive patterns we see all around us, especially the devastation of our planet. Perhaps it's time we all started checking our own programming. What operating system are you running? And is it truly serving you in the world? The incredible thing is, unlike your phone or computer, you have the power to explore beyond the default settings and consciously choose your own upgrade.